Hi guys, we're going to work on a graduated bob haircut today. I'm going to try and show the best angles as I can. Comment and let me know if it's just you're having a hard time, okay? But yeah, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to start with the solid form. Well, first, let's back up a little bit here. I'm starting with a side part right here. And then we are going to do partings here to behind the ear, other side, behind the ear, and then in the back, center part, okay? So in the beginning, I am leaving the nape area down, and we're gonna start with a solid form, and I'm gonna cut the hair probably to where her name is right here. This is Barbara. So I would take a moment, pause the video, do your sections. Side part, center back, leave your nape open, and then we'll get started cutting. So go ahead, pause, and then when you come back, we will start cutting. Okay. So, right here, I'm going to start with a solid form. I'm going to go right to here. And I have her head tilted slightly forward. Hopefully you guys can see the angle here. I'm going to go here. Now, if your mannequin head doesn't have a lot of hair, please just take a ½ inch off. Don't take a lot off. We want to get as many haircuts as we can out of these heads. So, I just have a lot of heads laying around, so that's why I get to abuse mine. Okay. So, let's start here. So my fingers, when I'm doing your solid form, because it's against the neck, my fingers are going to be straight. If you guys can see that. Sometimes we tend to cut like this and bend our fingers out, but for this haircut, because I don't want her to flip out, I want her to kind of bevel under, I'm going to kind of bevel her hair straight down. So I'm going to come here, stretch the hair out, and then cut. There's that. Same thing, and then I'm going to travel. Here, stretch. Don't cut past your second knuckle. Hope you guys are all doing well. And remember to move with each section. So there's that. And then I'm going to cut across. Other side. Bevel under. Snip. Move her. Bevel under. Okay. Let's check this. Make sure I'm even. Hope you guys can hear everything I'm saying. Okay, so now I have my length established. So then I'm going to come in at a 45-degree angle. So basically my fingers are going to be right here when I'm cutting. So 90, right? So if I wanted to cut the hair at 90, and that would be for like a really like stacked bob, I would come at a 90 right here. But I don't want a stacked bob. I want a low bob. So I'm going to come in at a 45-degree angle. So my fingers are going to be here. Okay? So practice that. First, find your 90-degree angle and then drop it down to 45. Okay? And that's how you maintain your 45-degree angle the whole haircut and you don't lose it. Okay, so I'm going to start with 45-degree angle. Now remember, when I get to these danger zones right here behind the ears, I'm going to be over directing these sides back. So just you watch this haircut and then you can do it along with me. Pause it if you need to, and we can do it together. So here would be 90, but I'm not doing 90 straight out. I want low projection. I want 45. So really I'm only going to be cutting a little bit out. Just a little bit I'm going to be cutting. You can see that. Let it drop down. So I'm going to split this up. Come through here. And then before I get moving on, I want to show you again, because I know it's been a while. We hold our shears like this. Okay? And then when we're parting, we go like this. Okay? And then we can comb. We're going to comb with our shears like this. Okay? Okay? Here. This is how we cut. We're not doing this, and we're not going like this, and we're not combing the hair with our thumbs in the shears. I'm going to be watching you guys to make sure you guys don't do that. When you guys send me your videos, I'm looking for it. Okay, so I have half my previous section. A new section is as wide as my finger, and I'm going to come out at a 45-degree angle. Here, drop it out, split it in half. Hopefully you guys can see everything really good. Here. You can turn your hands if you need to see a little bit. Cut. Let it drop. Split it in half. Come down. Right here. I'm in the danger zone. Come low, projection, 45. Now I'm going to take this section, my danger section, and I'm going to over direct it back to the previous section and just cut a little bit of hair off. Just a little bit. Okay? So, with that, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. How this side is going to bevel under a little bit. And you can see how this side is flipping out a little bit. So, let's continue on. Here we go, low projection. And I'm coming straight out from the head and dropping down at a 45. They're graduated layers. I'm not really cutting a lot off. You guys would be amazed what just taking a little bit of hair off, what that can do to a haircut. And remember, I'm moving my feet with every section. I'm always cutting in front of my chest. If I don't, my layers will become uneven and choppy. So we have to follow. Remember, guys, I said dance around your head. Danger zone. I'm going to shift it back to my previous section. There. So I should be beveling under. And you can see how it's all just kind of laying a little bit under, which is fabulous. Okay, so next I'm going to take another section where the comb leaves the head, and we're going to do right here. So then at this point, when I'm at the next section of the head, then I get to move her head up. Whoa. There. Now she's straight ahead. Turn this so you guys can see. Okay. now I'm at our next section, and I'm not going to do a solid form on this because I just don't really need to. I'm not going to make that extra work for myself. So, bring her out here. Start in the center. Vertical section as wide as my finger, and I'm going to find my guide. My guide is going to be right underneath. So I'm going to come here. Now with this section, this is the next hair that I'm cutting. And it depends on the picture that I have, but I want it to be just low projection, nothing too layered, okay? So if I wanted a lot of layers, my fingers would be right here cutting. But I want low layers. I want 45-degree angle layers. And that will help get her hair to curl under. So, with this section, coming down. So this is 90, it's 45. Drop. Go over here. Now if I'm going too fast, just pause me if you need to. I don't want you to get lost. And if you have questions or you're confused about something, send me a quick email. I'll be right here. Gotta get your drinks. Gotta stay hydrated. So here says 45. There's my guide. All right, I'm in the danger zone, and I'm going to over direct this back, previous section, let it drop. I'm going to make sure I don't cut a hole into the haircut. You'll be able to see better on the other side. Okay. Just pay attention to where my fingers are when I'm pulling the hair out, so you don't lose that angle at 45 degrees. It's graduated layers. And you can see the shape is starting to come in where the hair is swelling under. I'm just cross-checking my work, checking horizontally. Saw a little weird spot, so I went in and got at it. Just coming straight out, 45 degrees. Here, 45. Here's my danger zone. I'm going to bring it back because we want to create some weight right here. Come down, low projection. Do you see that? 45-degree angle, low projection. Okay, you can kind of see the shape that's happening here. So I'm going to take my next section, where the comb leaves the head. It's right here. I'm just going to do a horizontal section. Keep working my way up. Okay. So I'm still sticking with my 45-degree angle from that next section. So right here. This would be 90. You can see that. This would be a 90-degree angle, but I'm cutting at 45, so I'm going to stay here. Okay? Section as wide as my finger. $45 degrees. 90, 45. Nice clean partings. No stray hairs. Now I'll tell you, this haircut, probably I did not understand until probably 3 years after beauty school. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. It's one of the hardest haircuts I think there is out there. That and the 90, but we'll worry about the 90 next week. So I'm in the danger zone again. So I'm going to take it back to the back corner of the head. Over direct it back, straight out to that last section, 45 degrees 8. There we go. There we go. Take this back corner, over direct it. There we go. So then, next section is right here. That's the next flat spot where the comb leaves the head. That'll be our next section. So what we're doing is we're leaving a little triangular section at the crown of the head. I'll show you what that looks like, because we're going to do something a little different in that spot. So here's this, right here. Okay. So we're going to go from there. So for this section, I'm going to stay at a 45-degree angle from this section. Coming out, this would be 90. I'm doing 45. Got a little straggler. Over direct, danger zone, back, 45 degrees. Danger zone, come back. My finger, there's my guide. There's my guide right here and right there. So I'm going to connect the dots. All right, now we have this top section. So we've been cutting 45, 45, 45 right here. This section we did 45. This section we did 45. This section we did 45. In this area right here, I find that this is just from experience. If I cut it at a 45-degree angle, it tends to get a little choppy, and there, like, you can see a line in the haircut. So I'm actually going to do it at a straight out angle, and that's like a, I guess you consider it at a 45-degree angle. You'll see it. Some might say it's a square 90, if you guys remember that from JP's class. So this is what I'm going to do in the crown, just because I think it's going to lay nicer in a nice bob. So I'm at the apex. Hopefully you guys can see here. So this would be a 90. This would be a 90, right? I don't want to cut this at 90 because that's just going to kind of feed it. Now, if I did so this would be 90, so then this would be 45 right here. I want to do lower than that. So I'm going to come kind of like box out, like a square form, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to take this top part right here, from the apex down, this section right here, and I'm going to bring it towards my chest and find my guide. And my guide is right there. And I'm just going to point cut that just a little bit because I don't want it to be too choppy looking. So there's that. So I'm just going to do that with this little top crown section because I just want it to lay a little bit more soft so it doesn't look so chunky, choppy. My back is done. So now I'm going to go to the front. So on the sides, I'm going to do a diagonal forward parting so I can make sure that my angle follows it. So what do I mean by that is diagonal forward. So we're going to come down here because you want the hair to be longer in the front, okay? So I'm going to use the hair behind that ear as my guide. And then I'm going to make sure my fingers stay parallel to that section so the front will be longer. So here's this. My guide is the hair behind the ear. And we're just going to go in. Solid form the front. There's that. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I hope you guys are too. So here's this. Short in the back, coming down. We're going to do another section, diagonal forward. Follow that. Bring over the next section. Remember, this is side part, so this is the heavy side. Bring it all over. Okay. So how I like to do the layers so it flows with the back is I'm going to take the first section where the ear is. So I have a little bit of the back half in with the first beginning section of the front. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you know how I talked about the back corners of the head? The back corner is when two sections, two flat spots meet. So I'm going to come here, here. This is my back corner. Okay? So this is where I'm going to kind of over direct everything to at a low 45-degree angle. So I'm bringing it out. Here's that. Just a little bit of hair to cut. Just right here. And then I'm going to bring this all back. I'm going to over direct it all back to the back corner just so my hair can flow really nice and not be too layered in the front. And I'm not going to overcut right now because when the hair is dry, is then I'll be doing the main cutting. Just checking my work here. See, my fingers are still at a 45. Here. Diagonal forward. Start back here. This is the light side. And my fingers are parallel to right here. Angle down, angle down, angle down, angle down. Remember, keep your palm down. Keep your palm down. So, if I stand over here, you can see it better. Nope. Well, maybe. There. Keep dropping my clips. I used to cut hair in my kitchen. Okay, take this section back right here. Bring it all back. Check my work. The side's a little bit longer. And it's just at the very front, I can tell. Yes, right here. Okay, so I'm gonna get her dry, I'm gonna round brush her, and then we're gonna take a look at it. All right. This is Barb. Hopefully she looks good. It's weird to do everything backwards. Here. This is our Bob haircut. You can kind of see the shape in here. Smooth out the frizz here. So, I see some things in here that I don't really like. Do you guys see all that? It's a little heavy in this area. This looks a little too bulky for me. So I'm going to go in and texturize it. And I'm going to show you how I want to texturize it. And you guys can practice at home. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same spot as me, but this is what I want to do. I'm such a professional. Okay. So I want to texturize this weight right in there. So I'm going to pick it up in vertical sections. Do a lot of dry cutting because I just feel like it's hard to do wet cutting and know what the final result is going to be. So I like to go back in. You can see this. I'm going to fan it out. And there's some dark chunks. So this and this. I'm going to release that. I'm just pointing in here. And that's just going to soften so there's not like a chunky layer. See, it just lays a lot more soft and there's not a line in the haircut. Just going in there deep. Make sure you don't cut your knuckles. Yeah, definitely liking this a lot better. Here. Just see how soft that looks. It's flowing a lot better. All right, I'm digging it. So that concludes our haircut for today. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or reach out. I'll take a picture of this and post it. Thanks. Bye.